Hey, welcome. So today, we're going to dive into a really powerful idea. What if the biggest changes in your life don't come from some massive, heroic effort? What if they come from tiny, almost invisible steps you take every single day? Let's get into it. You know that feeling, right? You get this burst of motivation. You want to improve everything, get healthier, be more productive, maybe learn something new. But then, where do you even start? And if you've ever felt like you're just pushing a giant boulder up a hill, and the second you lose focus, it rolls all the way back down, you're definitely not alone. It's so frustrating. But here's a thought. What if the problem isn't you? What if it's not about willpower at all? What if it's your approach? Okay, this quote from James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, is an absolute game changer. It basically says we've been looking at this whole self-improvement thing completely backwards. We get so obsessed with these big, shiny goals when what we should really be focusing on are the small, daily systems that actually get us there. So what's the secret sauce? It's this right here, 1%. Just one. The whole idea is that these tiny, almost unnoticeable improvements, when you do them every day, they compound, and over time, they lead to absolutely staggering results. So forget about being perfect. Just aim to be 1% better today than you were yesterday. And that really brings us to the incredible power of that 1%. See, if you're struggling to make a change stick, the problem isn't you, it's your system. And when you start improving that system just a tiny bit each day, you don't just get better results, something much deeper happens. You actually start to become a different person. But, why are these tiny habits so powerful in the first place? Well, it all comes down to how our brains are wired. It's all about our brains built in autopilot. Think about it. Our brains are basically efficiency machines. They're always on the lookout for ways to save energy. Every single decision you have to make, what to wear, what to eat, what to work on, it all uses up your mental battery. So routines and habits, they put those decisions on autopilot. They create a predictability that frees up all that precious brain power for the stuff that really matters. Now, running in the background of every single habit you have, whether it's a good one or a bad one, is this little process called the habit loop. And once you understand this four-step pattern, you basically have the key to building any habit you want and breaking the ones you don't. Let's break it down with a super simple example. Okay, step 1 is the cue. You walk into a dark room. That's the trigger. Step 2, the craving. Your brain says, hey, I want to see what's in here. Step 3 is the response. You flip the light switch. That's the actual habit. And finally, step 4, the reward. You can see. Your vision is clear, and that satisfies the craving. That reward tells your brain, hey, that worked. Let's remember this little sequence for next time. Cue, craving, response, reward. That's the loop for everything. Okay, so we know we need good systems. We get the habit loop, but where on earth do we start? Well, we start with the absolute bedrock of our well-being, the foundational 3. Seriously, before you even think about building a productivity system or learning a new language, you have got to get these 3 right. Think of them as the ultimate meta habits. They're the pillars that hold everything else up. Trying to build an amazing career on junk food and 4 hours of sleep? It's like trying to build a skyscraper on sand. It's just not going to work. Get these right, and every other habit becomes so much easier to build. And a perfect example of a modern challenge to these foundational habits is the blue light from our screens. I mean, we're all dealing with this, right? During the day, that light can actually be good for us. It makes us more alert, boosts our performance. But at night, that exact same light completely messes with our sleep. It's a paradox we all have to figure out how to manage. All right, so once you've got that foundation solid, then you can start building on top of it. This is where you get to become the architect of your day. You can actually design systems that serve your goals instead of just letting the day happen to you. So how do you start a big new habit? Like, say, exercise more. It feels huge, right? Well, you don't. You start with a micro habit. And the 5-minute rule is perfect for this. Want to read more? Just read for 5 minutes. Want to learn to meditate? Just do it for 5 minutes. See, the goal isn't really the task itself. The goal is to build the momentum of just showing up. That's the real win. Now, if you're ready to level up, let's talk about time blocking. This is where, instead of a vague to-do list that you might get to, you assign every single task a specific block of time right there in your calendar. It completely transforms your day from this list of suggestions into a concrete, actionable plan. And you might be asking, does it actually work? Oh yeah.
Research shows that people who use time blocking get a staggering 47% more of their planned work done compared to people just using simple task lists. I mean, that is a monumental jump in productivity.
So all of this, the 1% improvements, the habit loop, the systems, it all builds to something much, much deeper. We've talked about the what and the how of building habits, but now let's get to the real why. I mean, is the point of all this just to be more efficient, to check more boxes off a list and get more done? Not really. There's a much more profound purpose going on here. And this right here might be the most important idea of all. Every single action you take is like a vote for the type of person you want to become. When you meditate for 5 minutes, you're not just meditating. You're casting a vote for being a calm person. When you go for a run, you're casting a vote for being a runner. Your habits are literally the path to building your identity. So let's tie this all together. Your key takeaways. First, focus on those tiny 1% improvements, not the massive goals. Second, understand your own habit loop, the cue, craving, response, and reward. Third, get those foundational pillars of sleep, nutrition, and exercise locked in. Fourth, start designing your day with systems like time blocking. And finally, always remember that every small habit is a vote for the person you are becoming. So I'll leave you with this one question. Forget about next week. Forget about tomorrow. What is one tiny atomic action you can take right now in the next 5 minutes to cast a vote for the person you want to become? Think about it and then go do it.